Greetings, Telegram. David Avocado Wolfe here. I'm going to be jumping on an inner circle call here in just a few moments, but I wanted to get an idea out there to you. It's an idea that's been on my mind for some time, and very little is posted on it. Very little was posted on it by others or myself, and I wanted to kind of put it, a focus onto it, a light onto it, and get your thoughts. What do you think about this? This is the idea. Rudolf Steiner said that one of the telltale signs of the Ahrimanic deception, this moment that we're in right now, this peak moment of evil, is the numbers being thrown around. Millions of this, billions of that, trillions of this, trillions of dollars in debt, millions of years, billions of miles, millions of miles. It's all an absurdity. None of that makes any sense. A human being cannot comprehend a million of any one object according to research. So what is this about these millions and billions? Well, this is kind of how they want you to think, right? They want you to just turn to go, oh, it's millions, it's billions, trillions. So you just can't comprehend it, and you turn it over to the power brokers who are running the whole nonsense, right? That's the clergy, the scientism clergy. Oh, we're the mathematicians. We know what this means. Oh, no, we know tens of millions. We know exactly what that is. We're the manufacturing people. Now, here's where it gets important for this conversation, and that is, we heard recently that China was going to jab 2 billion Chinese, and they're going to pull that off somehow. There's no way they're pulling any of that off. There's no way that 150 million Americans were jabbed with anything based on just logic and the numbers. So let's do the numbers. If there was a jab produced every second, 24/7, 365, guess how long it would take to produce 2 billion jabs? And this is assuming it's one every second. There's no problems. There's no problems with refrigeration. There's no problems with storage or expiration dates or anything like that. How long is it going to take to produce 2 billion jabs at one a second? The answer is 63 years. 63 years. This whole thing of like, oh, no, with the U.S. population, we've got 150 million jabs out there. Really? Well, how many seconds are in a year? I mean, if they produced one a second all year long, how long would it take to produce 150 million? 5 years, 4 or 5 years. In a year, it's about 31.5 million at one a second. And this is including no problems with manufacturing, no problems with the assembly lines, no electronic problems, no electrical issues, no freezing problems, no distribution problems, any of it. So the idea that they've jabbed like 50% of the population is entirely a psychological operation. There's no way that that's even possible. It's an absurdity. They may have jabbed many people in cities, but not in rural areas, that's for sure, anywhere in North America or anywhere in Western Europe or anywhere else. So what's happening really is they're getting the intellectual class, and they're getting, maybe they've manufactured 10, 15 million jabs, maybe 20 million, maybe 30 million, something like that. And they're getting the intellectual classes who fall for the communism and socialism and all of that kind of stuff. And then of those people, many got saline, right? Because they didn't assemble actually the true thing they wanted to inject people with, the spike protein with their graphene oxide, etc. So many of those people got saline, so they had no reaction to the injection. So they're like, what's the problem? Everything's fine. This is probably, and I think obviously done on purpose, but the people who were injected with their biological materials and industrial waste materials were hurt, injured. There's an enormous litany of cases going through the VAERS system and many other systems now, and we're suspecting that the amount of people who've been injured by this could be an order of magnitude of 10 to 100 times what's being reported, etc. But just so you get this, and just a key idea, this idea that they've got 50% of the population injected or anything is just, there's none of that makes any sense. It's an absurdity. This is why we're going to have the boosters that will go on forever, because it's like Russian roulette. One of them, they'll get you. One of them will have their stuff in it. Anyway, those are my thoughts for today. Have the best day ever. Got to get back to my call. Cheers.